Okay, good morning. I'm Chris Young, Chair of the HDC Sign Advisory Committee. Let's confirm access. Mark Catone.
Good morning.
Ben Normand.
Here.
Kevin Kuster.
I gotta answer this.
Kevin, you're here?
Linda, come here.
And
Yes.
okay, thanks.
Sorry.
Looks like Paul will be joining us again shortly. For staff,
Yeah.
we have Nikki Sheriff.
Present.
Thanks, Paul. Wolf, you're back.
I'm here.
Great. This open meeting of the HDC's SAC is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020. That order, posted with the agenda materials for this meeting, allow public bodies to convene remotely so long as public access to deliberations is reasonably provided. This meeting is convening via Zoom with video and audio recording available on the town's YouTube channel. We will feature public comment. Materials provided to members for the meeting or provided during the meeting are, unless otherwise noted, available on the town's website. During the meeting, I'll introduce agenda topics and speakers. Please remember to mute your Zoom audio until your name's called, and direct comments and questions through the chair to avoid crosstalk and make taking of minutes easier. Votes will be conducted by roll call. Let's call the meeting to order at 9:05 a.m. on March 18th, 2025. And do we have a motion to approve our agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Thanks, Ben. Mark, you in favor?
Aye.
And Kevin?
Aye.
And Paul?
Aye.
And Ben?
Aye.
Thank you. And we have minutes to review from the March 4th meeting, I believe it was. Did anybody have a chance to review those, and would we like to make a motion?
Approve.
Thank you, Kevin.
Second.
Thanks, Paul. Ben, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Mark?
Aye.
Kevin? And Paul?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have anybody on the line for public comment that is not related to an agenda item or an application? Seeing none, do we have any commissioner comments that would like to be made? Feel free to speak up. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our old business, which starts with 28 Center Street. We have a sign here on the line. So there's the master sign plan. We'll deal with that first, and then we'll move to the projecting sign, which is on that master sign plan. So what have you presented for us here? Turning it over to sign here if they want to take the floor.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I was on mute. So it might make sense to review the sign first, because of what I'm going to say for the sign kind of pertains to the master sign plan. I mean, I will review both of them together if you want. The sign, yeah.
I've had a chance to look. So the sign C is sign D rather, is your new sign, correct? The projecting sign you're proposing.
Yeah.
So we understand. Go ahead. You talk about everything together. We'll still have to act on them individually.
Sure. So as you see, this is the current building face. And the last sign, that the Nantucket event sign D, the one that we were proposing, kind of prompted this master sign plan. So I went down to the Plus office to kind of take a look at the building files and see, because the menu box was a point of discussion from last time, especially with the plaque on the side of the door. So it does turn out, and I included this with the sign D application, that the plaque on the side of the door, sign C, if we want to go to the original photo, that might be the one above right there. Yeah, so sign C was approved with a hanging sign where that bracket is, that on the contingency that the menu box be removed. So it appears that the menu box has never been removed. I did follow up with the owner of the building on this, and he has agreed, and I included this in writing, to remove the menu box. He just, I guess, wasn't aware or forgot. Anyway, the menu box will be removed. So that is the next picture if you scroll down. And what I'm proposing with this master sign plan. So we would remove the menu box, and then I guess this is kind of all over the place to talk about. But for sign D specifically, we would propose sign D with the plaque on the side of the door to remove the bottom portion of the plaque. Because Place Setters was there, Place Setters no longer there. And Nantucket Events Company and Soiree Floral are both the same company. They share the same space upstairs, which I just learned. So they are the same parent company, but it would be important for them to distinguish that both of them are there. So my proposal for sign D was to have the double-sided hanging sign, remove the menu box, and then shorten the plaque on the side so it only has Soiree Floral. In terms of the master sign plan itself, I guess we can go back to that picture. So we would be looking at sign A, which is 120 Lino, which is a 24 by 24 double-sided hanging sign with an existing bracket. It's already up. Sign B, they have temporary banners that are placed in the off-season from October through May, and those kind of, protect the window space, whatever is back there, and they will be removed obviously in May for the season. And then sign C, the plaque on the left side of the door with Soiree Floral and the 28 upstairs writing on it. And then sign D, which is the double-sided hanging sign using the existing bracket. I know that was a lot, so I can go into detail on anything.
Okay, let's let everybody weigh in. We'll go Ben, Mark, Kevin, Paul to start with here. I think we could talk about the master sign plan, and if you have comments on the projecting sign, we will act on them separately, but keep the conversation rolling. So go ahead, Ben, Mark, Kevin, Paul.
Yeah, so I'm glad we got to the bottom of this the menu box. It seems like that was a win for everybody. I'm comfortable with the master sign plan, but I do have concern about the temporary signage, in that it's sort of a slippery slope. I think these are very well done as far as some of the out of season signage goes. They're pretty low impact, but I would be worried about putting off-season temporary signage in the master sign plan as a right, because it's not exactly a right. So I'm interested to hear what other board members have to say about that. But otherwise, I'm fine with the new sign.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I probably agree with what Ben said, and my concerns too were with the temporary signage. Excuse me. I think you can see even in this graphic, there's a rather large temporary sign in the glass. And I believe I'm not mistaken, even temporary signage has to come before us for review anyway. So I guess we could approve the idea of signage in the window, but with the understanding that that signage would still come before us in October, I guess. Pardon me, for off-season review. I guess I'll just say, generally speaking, I don't mind seeing something that animates the window in the off-season versus sometimes we just see brown paper, which I don't appreciate. So, happy to have a conversation about what goes in that window, but we should have the opportunity to review it. And I too don't really have an issue with the other signs as proposed. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
As far as the master sign plan goes, I just want to make sure that there's only one sign proposed for the entrance on the right. And that's the projected sign. I just want to make sure that I'm clear about that, because so we have three new signs going in. I'm okay with that. I think that the temporary banners are not something that should be included in the master sign plan. I don't think they're appropriate at all. They sort of fly in the face of our guidelines in that it talks about the signs being at or near the entrance and 2 signs, and all of a sudden in the off season we allow a business to have many more signs. I don't think that's appropriate. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Paul.
I would agree with everything, everybody's concerns about the sign B, the temporary signs. Temporary signs have to be applied for. They have to have dates of beginning and ending time that they're up. And that would be included in somebody's application. I agree. I think the view's been, well, everybody's concerns to put it in the master sign plan is not the right thing to do. Let them come and apply for them as they need them.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Thanks. I agree with you guys. I think that there are obviously a lot of these banner type signs that go up in windows over the winter, some without approval, and it would be a dangerous thing to just give a blanket authorization to put it in the master sign plan. It does raise the question, though, if in October we were to see an application, would we respond by saying, well, it's not in the master sign plan? So there is sort of that tug of war. I could see the applicants having to worry about modifying a master sign plan. However, generally speaking, I agree it shouldn't be approved, especially given the size of the signs that are there now. They're not appropriate, or according to the guidelines, not approvable. So I do think that having the wall sign next to the door, the plaque removed, and then using the pre-approved or previously approved projecting sign bracket for Nantucket events is appropriate. So seems like we have a pretty consistent view here. Does somebody want to make a motion?
Chris, I just like to see
Yeah,
a little
Kevin.
more. I'd like to see a little more detail on the wall sign. What the new one is going to be.
I believe they're just cutting the bottom half of it off, according to what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah.
Is it,
Yes.
Is that
And
really
I did
some?
include. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just curious if the size that you want now is this size, obviously, I guess, that you want for the master sign plan. So you're just gonna.
I'm confused. So the
So
details.
you're
I was
just cutting that off.
Yes. We're gonna finish it and make it look nice, but it's just for representation's sake. Yes, it's gonna be the same sign.
The same size, or
Nope, the bottom it's gonna be different. So let's see what this is. This one is 28 inches tall. So it would be, each one is 14 by 8. So I don't know, 28 minus 14 inches. I guess then the top 3 inches. So it'd probably be 17 inches.
okay. I guess it just seems to me we should have at least an accurate drawing or something a little in the file that's a little more finished than this. That's all.
there is on the application a diagram of that sign. Nikki, can you share that screen, just going down to the page where it shows that wall sign? It's page 10 of the view pack.
The other thing is we didn't make that sign, so, you know, I don't have the design file specifically for that sign. I could recreate it on my computer. It does seem a little redundant because it is right there, but I'm happy to recreate it.
Well,
I think,
is it this one you're referring to that I had up? Are you seeing my screen?
not at the moment. How are you guys? I'm
did
not.
it.
I am. Oh,
So what have I been
Yeah, I was
sharing?
too.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, if Kevin, if that were to be copied where the Zofia was just not present, that's what you're asking for, basically a representation of the wall sign that will remain.
Well, my understanding is that that's what we would want to have for a master sign plan is a size and whatever and a location. So that if the tenant changes, we have something in the file other than an old sign on the wall. Is that painted or carved or both? Is there an edge detail?
It's both, and that's all in the application that was approved when this was applied for, but it's both.
Okay, but we don't have, all right, but we don't have that application here, or we do?
It's in the building files.
Okay, well, okay, it would just seem to me that we could be a little more complete with the master sign plan on this. I think it's an appropriate design. I'm just a little concerned that, you know, we had an instance here where the window or where the, you know, menu box was not removed and we're piecing things together. I don't want to be in the same spot another 3 years from now when we have a new tenant and we're trying to sort it out. So that's all.
Okay, so if a motion were made that requested that this page we're looking at now be revised to be accurate to the final product that will be left in place, and that the temporary signage would be removed from the master sign plan, what's everybody's opinion of that as being
no
an
move.
approvable motion?
I motion that.
And I guess it's Nikki and Kevin, is that something that can be staff approved? In other words, if we ask for that, do you feel comfortable having that be a staff approval, that this page is revised appropriately and that the banners are removed from the application?
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I've just got one other question on this. Is this sign white or gray? Is it black on white?
It's silver metallic sign, and then there's black writing on it.
But okay.
But obviously, throughout time, the silver metallic has faded. It is now looking a little bit more gray.
And this sign has an approval, Kevin. This sign is in the
Yeah,
isn't
you
a
did
previously
approve it.
approved sign.
No, I understand. Okay.
Okay, so Ben, you made a motion to request staff approval revising this wall sign, removing the banners from the master sign plan, and proceeding with a approval for the master sign plan with those changes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, Mark, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Kevin, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Ben?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Okay, I am as well. Does anybody, we'll just go Mark, Kevin, Paul, Ben, anybody have comments on this projecting sign that's being applied for? Mark?
I think I have any concerns.
Okay, Kevin?
Design wise, I think it looks good. It says carved and painted. Or is the lettering carved or the lettering painted?
It's both. Carved.
Both. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay, Paul?
Aye, no questions.
And Ben?
No, no problems.
Okay, me neither. I like the sign. Anybody want to make a motion?
Motion to approve is filed.
Thanks, Mark.
Second.
Thank you, Ben. Paul, are you in favor?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Ben,
Aye.
great.
Can I make a
Thank
suggestion?
you.
Yes, Paul.
To
Before we-
avoid the confusion that Kevin referred to that might come up in 3 years, when they redo that page for the wall sign, they should attach it to the application for the master sign plan as a reference. And that way the content is irrelevant, but the rest of the details, the size and so forth will be clear if it just make it an attachment to the application.
Yes, that amendment was made to the master sign plan application. So that would be amending that application, approvable by staff. So that should be in the file with that approval forever. Nikki, does that sound right?
Yes, so she would
Okay.
attach the updated like size and everything, and then I'll
Right.
stamp it.
Right. So just an updated letter to remove sign B and updates the size of sign C. Okay.
Can I question, can I come get that application that I gave instead of reprinting every single piece of paper to fix it so it is in the right order after this discussion? Or would I just submit the updated drawings and you guys would organize it?
Just submit the updated drawing.
Okay.
And I think removing sign B should also be a part of that. So a new letter
Right,
that
the
describes
overall-
the signs. Yeah.
Right, the table of contents. I got you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Thanks for working through that application, everybody. We have
Just one other-
Yeah, Kevin.
Sure, one other quick comment. I just want to make sure that we follow up and make sure that menu box is removed. I'm a little concerned that it was there and never taken care of before, and I don't want to see that happen again. Thanks.
That was in writing. We were told that that's part of this application. Nikki, can you just make sure that is also part of the final approved file?
Yes, I'll make a note of that. It will probably be helpful to make that a part of the motion, so it's, on the record if you
Okay.
want, but
So can we have a motion to reopen the discussion? Second.
Aye.
Thanks, Ben. Are you in favor?
Aye.
Kevin,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Okay, we've reopened the discussion. Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'd make a motion to have sign C. No. A motion to have the menu box that was to be removed prior now needs to be removed within 30 days.
Second.
Okay. Mark, you in favor?
Aye.
Ben,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
I am as well. Okay. Thank you. That closes the conversation on Center Street. Let's move on to 21 Amelia Drive. Looks like we have the applicants on the line. This is for a wall sign. Would the applicant like to introduce us to their application?
okay. And then just so you know, she doesn't speak a lot of English, so I'm going to help her as much as I can.
Okay. It's not required that they go through a long description. I can start the conversation by saying size is appropriate, location is appropriate per the guidelines. It does say thermo wood, although they've circled wood on the material, painted, and that's all we know at the moment. So
Can we see graphic.
I think if you scroll down further, there's a up close graphic.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
So let's
Hi.
call into question how that texture is going to be painted.
I assume that isn't. I assume that's just like off their business card or something, and that it's the solid black in
Okay.
their sign design.
Nikki, do you want to ask them if that is a solid black background?
Is it solid black? Yes, it is black, solid black.
Okay, so there's no wavy texture, so it's not a printed.
Não,
Ah.
não é textura aqui, né, Ju?
No, no.
No, it's solid black.
Okay. All right, let me just open this discussion in order. We'll go Kevin, Paul, Ben, Mark.
Eu
Kevin?
não quero que me vê, né?
So we have a solid black background and the lettering is that gold?
Yes, gold.
Okay. Do we have a photograph that shows a bigger perspective on where this is on the building?
Kevin,
I'm
if
not
I
sure.
may, I went. I don't think it's in the application, but I did go to the town site, pull up GIS. It looks like
Okay.
it's an entry that
Nós vamos ver
faces
se essa placa
uh,
colocada do lado
Amelia
da porta
Drive.
ali, né?
So it does look appropriately placed relative to the entry and is visible from the road, if I'm not mistaken. I had the same question.
Okay, yeah, that's helpful. I have no other questions. I think it meets the guidelines and is appropriate.
Ele
Okay,
acha
Paul?
apropriado.
No concerns.
Não,
Ben?
No concerns. You know, I think if it were me, because I'm a tall guy, I wish it was 10 inches taller on the wall or higher on the wall. But other than that, it's fine.
Okay, Mark?
I think it's fine. My only question was going to be whether is there a border or a frame or beveled edge or anything that finishes the sign?
There is nothing on the application suggesting that. And it doesn't look like it's represented in the graphics either. I think I agree. That was my comment as well, is there should be some frame
Yeah.
around the perimeter.
Yeah, I would actually
Gostaria que você colocasse
motion
frame embaixo.
for approval. Well, I should let you, Chris, speak, I suppose, but I have no concerns provided there is some sort of border or frame added to the application.
Okay, does the applicant have any questions or do they
Alguma
understand that motion? It could, and Mark, to be clear, it could be a painted, just a little gold.
Absolutely, it can be very
Take the
simple,
same
just something
paint.
to finish the.
Quer que faz alguma coisa em
Absolutely.
volta só pra ficar mais legal?
Ok, claro que eu posso fazer.
You have any questions, Drosy?
Não.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, thanks, Mark. So that's a motion made by Mark. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Paul. Kevin, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Ben,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
I am as well. Okay,
Ele aplicou o dedo, deu certo.
thank you.
so Jossie, well, who's there? Is that Nayara? Well, so it was approved subject to you adding a border.
Em volta.
So I'll
Yes.
help you later. Okay, yep,
Ok,
you're all set.
ok, thank you.
Então,
Okay.
eles aprovaram, só que eles querem que você coloque.
Okay, the next item on the agenda would be enforcement. Any update, Nikki?
No updates this week, but we're getting into the busy season, so if you see anything, please, 'cause I can't be on the road every day, just take a photo, send it to the chair and he'll send it to me. But I know, we're getting towards that season very quickly. So I imagine we will be having a lot of them.
Yeah, thanks. And a request is please email them to me if you can. Helps me just forward them right along. Oddly, texts, I have to go through a little process, download it into a photograph, then go hit isn't quite as quick of a turnaround for me. So emails are great for me to forward to Nikki. Any commissioners with questions, comments on enforcement? Feel free to speak up. Okay, seeing, oh yeah,
Chris,
yes,
could we get the list updated, the updated list to look at? It's been a long time.
okay, Nikki, is that something you could share with
Yeah,
us at some
I
point?
haven't sent it because there's nothing to update. I haven't had any new ones as yet. So that's why once I don't send it, it means I don't have any updates on it. It's gonna be the same one since you last received it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Any other comments or motions?
Motion to adjourn?
Thanks, Kevin. Mark seconded. Ben, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Paul,
Aye.
Kevin,
Aye.
and Mark,
Aye.
me too. Thanks, everybody.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks,
everyone.
Nikki.
Bye.